So we're here today to talk a little bit about how to improve your quality yard using the various grass clippings, leaves that you may have throughout the fall, rather than dumping them into your dumpster to put into landfills. Because that one thing about that is, it does take up a lot of our landfill space when it is hidden or supplied in there, which it does not decompose as well as though if you could do your natural way. Just to think about things that you could do, possibly. First of all, we'll talk a little bit about here just what you can do in your natural setting of your yard. But in most cases, like I say, there is roughly throughout the year, depending on the weather and at times of year when you're able to mow your yard, things to think about is keeping your grass height and mowing about at a 3-inch height. Some people like mowing a lot lower, but to keep a good, healthy, vibrant yard that's competitive against weeds, it is recommended to keep above that 3-inch height. In doing so, as well, you try not to take off more than a third of that actual grass canopy as well when you're doing that, just to allow it to be stay in that healthy state. So when you're doing that, it does create clippings, which some people think that those issues are hurting your yard in a way because it's covering up shade, but it's important just to leave those clippings. If you do have an excessive amount, you can provide an option of doing some composting if there is too much there. And just also other thing about too, people are always calling in here to the office worried about thatch options, which a lot of people think that dead grass is thatch, which dead grass and clippings aren't your thatch. What is actually thatch is your roots that have rotted below the soil surface and causing issues to where it doesn't have the option to drain well effectively and have a well-drained soil in your yard. So don't get too concerned mainly about grass clippings and that are going along with that. If you have a really vibrant yard and it's growing quickly, sometimes it does require more than one mowing per week, depending on the time of the year. As we move into our fall months here, we are starting to see a lot of leaf drop. But the main thing is that can stay on your yard as well to an extent. I mean, if you live in a large canopy of trees to where it is taking up or covering in a matted area, it is, like I said, example of pulling some of those leaves off and composting those as well. But the thing is, though, like leaves, if you are worrying about using those in your yards, do go ahead and mow them and break them up into the smallest particles as possible to allow decomposition of those leaf particles a lot quicker. So that doesn't provide that matting excess as well, and keeping that there. But if you do that, those are some great tips of utilizing the clippings and fallen leaves in your yard. So you want to talk about now more about the composting part? Is its own section?
Sure. Yeah.